government's plan to sell off state assets and cut public services is a radical one that will affect all New Zealanders. But what is the evidence it will improve the economy or benefit the country in the long term? Is New Zealand out of line with other modern economies with its rate of public spending? Is our debt so high that the government has no other choice? David Hall, Director of the Public Services International Research Unit at the University of Greenwich, London, is an internationally recognised expert in public service investment, privatisation, asset sales and public-private partnerships. He was recently in New Zealand at the invitation of the PSA to raise awareness of these issues. In a debate in Wellington, he summed up the evidence that shows public spending is actually the driver of economic growth.
What I have to say starts by simply talking about 140 years of human history, 140 years of economic growth and development, in which the steady growth of economies has been accompanied by a steady growth of public spending. Not just at the same speed as economies, but rising even faster than growth. In other words, as economies grow, they spend an increasing proportion of national income on public services, public spending and so on. So this is not something that holds back economic growth, it's something that delivers economic growth. In the world now, we're all currently spending, in the rich nations, something between 40 and 60% of GDP on public spending, very high levels. Sometimes people say it should be lower than that. Maybe we want to get back to 20% of GDP. That's where we were in the 1920s. That's where some African countries still are. 30% of GDP, that's where we were in the 1960s. That's where a lot of South American countries still are. But modern economies are all in the band of around 40 to 60%.